Thanks for joining us here on Focus on Africa from BBC World News. Nigerians have begun another strict lockdown in the fight against COVID-19 pandemic. It's the third time since the first case was discovered in the country last year. The government said the measure became necessary in the view of the fragile state of the nation's health systems, the disruption to the delivery of vaccines, and the lack of compliance with the public health safety guidelines. The restrictions also follow reports that some African countries have been hit by a new deadly variant of the coronavirus, which is currently devastating India. The new restrictions will include a ban on gatherings of more than 50 people, as well as the closure of bars and nightclubs throughout the country. So far, the virus has infected 165,419 people in Nigeria and claimed just over 2,000 lives since February last year. That's according to official figures. A total of 1.7 million vaccine jabs have been administered to health workers and other vulnerable groups in the country. Let's go and get details from Abuja now with our BBC correspondent Chris Ewoko. Chris, what more reasons has the government given for introducing this new lockdown?
Well, the government said that the level of adherence to the use of face masks, physical distancing, temperature checks in public places, and washing of hands, as well as, limitation placed on large gatherings, remain poor and in most cases non-existent, and in line with the increasing risk of a surge in case of COVID-19. The government said it is now reinstituting the enforcement of the COVID-19 health protection regulation. This is said is to mitigate the rise or spike in new cases while the nationwide vaccine rollout continues. And under the new restrictions, as you said, the government is shutting down bars, recreation centers, imposing nationwide curfew that is beginning from 12 midnight tonight till 4 a.m.
So, but Chris, this announcement was made late last night, and if you went on social media, a lot of Nigerians believed, well, this has more to do with security than with the spread of COVID-19 because the numbers are coming down.
Well, the Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 hasn't mentioned anything about security. Well, the reaction by Nigerians might be as a result of the fact that there's been a lot of concerns on the issue of insecurity in the country. Nigeria has been facing jihadist attacks in the northeast. Well, we have banditry in the central, in central Nigeria, as well as some attacks also in southeast Nigeria. So it is understandable for Nigerians to also begin to look at government and interpret government actions or policies in different forms. But basically what the COVID-19 committee is saying is that they are concerned that Nigerians are looking at doing the things the way they do as if life has returned to normal.
And Chris, if I may just come in there, because I was going to ask you, it's not as if the other lockdowns, this is the third one, have been fully lifted. So how does this differ from what we had earlier this year?
Well, I think it's more of communication. The government on its part didn't actually say it has fully, brought down the lockdown, and the Nigerians themselves went about their normal, activities as if, well, the fear of COVID is gone and the spread of the pandemic is no longer there. But the government is now feeling that with this deadly variant that's more contagious, now hitting some African countries, with Nigeria having a fragile health system and 200 million people, if it hits Nigeria, if it's imported into the country, then the country could be seriously affected. And that is why it's taking this.
Chris Ewoko, let's leave it there. Speaking to me live from Abuja. Thank you.